Joining me now is Texas Congresswoman Julie Johnson, vice-ranking member on the Homeland Security Committee. Welcome, Congresswoman. Glad to have you here. And we just heard from your colleague, Congressman MSNBC there, whose district, like yours, could be on a redistricting target list. What could proposed maps look like for your seat?
Well, they're absolutely targeting Dallas County because we are a very high Democrat voting area. And so they're trying to really fajita strip it, pizza pie it, however you want to talk about that, but take a section of a heavily Democratic area, my district included, and then pair it with 4 or 5 rural counties to try to minimize the Democratic advantage and give a Republican advantage. And so I think there's a lot of seats. They haven't dropped the maps yet. That's the other thing. Where are the maps? And so we all like to see what they're going to try to do.
Do you worry that you could lose your seat when the redistricting efforts, and is there anything Democrats can do to stop this from happening?
Well, my personal seat, whether or not Julie Johnson is in a seat, is not really the material. To me, the biggest issue is the fact that Donald Trump is trying to rig this election and taking an unfair electoral advantage because he knows that his policies are not popular. And so he's trying to, really do inappropriate things electorally. We do this on the decade level, not mid-decade. And he's trying to choose his voters, not the voters choosing the elected officials. So at the end of the day, I'm very concerned about what it means for our democracy, what it means for our country forward when this sort of shenanigans go forward.
Well, Congressman MSNBC is echoing your sentiments there because he said that Texas is just the beginning, and we are starting to see calls for Democratic governors to launch their own redistricting efforts to try to even the score. Take a listen to what former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke told me about it yesterday.
Instead of awaiting the other side to punch us in the face, we throw that punch first, and we throw it harder. I think Democrats have to get off of just being overly concerned about being right more than they care about being in power, and get back to caring about being in power so that we can use it to set this country right.
Is that the right strategy in your mind? Don't wait, fight fire with fire?
Absolutely. Democrats for far too long have been handcuffed in this redistricting issue. I am all for fair, independent redistricting commission as long as it applies to the country as a whole. But we have to play by the same rules in the same sandbox. We can't have one set of rules for Republicans and one set of rules for Democrats. So if Republicans aren't going to engage in partisan redistricting, Democrats need to do the same. Many of my House colleagues, I just came from the Texas House before joining Congress, just recently met with Governor Newsom and Governor Pritzker to talk about this very thing, encouraging these states to do the same. And I absolutely applaud that. I think these states absolutely should do that. And I think they're doing a disservice to our country by not.
So you think they all should? I mean, you're mentioning the governors of California, Illinois. Let's throw in New York as well. Go for the redistricting. Again, fight fire with fire. If the Republicans are going to do it, Democrats should do it too.
Absolutely. There's too much on the line. 17 million people are going to get kicked off of health care. Millions of children are going to go hungry in this country. And the list goes on and on. I mean, these issues are significant to the American people, and they're worth using absolutely every tool we can as Democrats to fight for those values. Republicans are shredding our democracy, and there's no time to just sit around and have platitudes about what we would like things to be. These are the rules. Republicans are engaging in extreme partisan gerrymandering, and Democrats need to do the same.
Texas Congresswoman Julie Johnson in the Dallas area, thank you very much.